Don't ever underestimate my level of OCD. Hi, today I'm going to be working on Mr. Dose. If you're new to my channel, you want to know what Mr. Dose is, that little MR2 hiding over there is a Mr. Dose. Before I start driving him on a regular basis, I want to make sure the paint is sealed and protected because Arizona. So let's get to it. As many of you are already aware, I have countless hours of wet sanding and polishing on this car after I painted many of the panels on it when I first bought it. There's a link up above that'll get you caught up on that if you're new. That being said, I'm starting from a fairly clean slate here. The paint is in decent condition. It shouldn't require too much work to remove any swirls or scuffs that it got just from me working on it over the past few months. And I mean, it's not factory paint, so it can only achieve so much perfection. Yeah, get it. Wonder what that was. The sound on decel tells me SR20, but I don't know on acceleration pull. Interesting. Sounded good though. Like I was saying, the paint on this thing isn't OEM, so I can't achieve perfection with it, but it's a car that I'm going to drive and enjoy, so I should be able to get it looking fairly decent. And it's definitely covered in hair and dust right now, mostly. Some water spots. Lastly, keep in mind any wash bucket warriors hiding behind a keyboard. I am not making this into a tutorial. This is not meant to instruct anybody. So if I do a technique improper or use a product incorrectly, tough shit. Switching over to the aquatic cam. We're gonna use the GoPro for this part. I'm just gonna leave this thing sitting here for a little while and let it purge all the air out. I'm using a portable water softener. Big drawback with these things is they don't last that long. As you can see, it's time to recharge this one, and it's extremely expensive to recharge it. I think it's over $100. So I've only done it once so far, and I need to do it again. I'm filling up my foam cannon with this pre-wash concentrate. This stuff is going to remove any old wax or any buildup that's on the paint surface before I polish and seal it. There you go. So you can see back here by the engine lid, I actually have a towel over there just so I don't get an excess amount of soap and water on top of the engine fans. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but that's that mid-engine life. Right now what I'm doing is I'm going along all the rub strips on the side of the car and getting any of that wax buildup or liquid dried clear coat residue from when I wet sanded the car that might be trapped inside here. Ideally, I would like to remove these things, but because this car was painted previously before I did my paint work on just like the mirror caps and the wing and the stuff that wasn't painted when I got it, I don't want to remove these because I know when they painted the car they did not take these off, so I don't want to risk causing any separation where the clear coat edge is down inside there. It's hot. I just got the first round of wash done, and I went everywhere with the brush and got in the seams to get any of that old wax residue out from the car. Now I'm gonna go a second time over with the 2-bucket method. And keep in mind, I am not doing this as if it was a car that was daily driven. The car has sat in this garage and hasn't driven maybe more than 100 miles over the past year. So there's no point in clay barring this thing. It doesn't sit outside ever. And like I said, it's just not driven. So this should be a fairly easy detail paint wise. Now that everything is nice and clean, I'm going to do a bit of painting. And I know this is a detail video, but let me explain why. If you look at the rub strip that goes down the side of the car, it's darker here, lighter here, lighter here, and then a little darker down there. And that's because it is now clean. There's no protectant on there. The MR2 turbo is also supposed to have a decal on the rear quarter panel that says 16 twin cam turbo, I think. And I don't have one on there, but I have one. Before I put these finishing touches back here on the rear quarter panel, I want to make sure this matches down below. Right here, where I painted the rocker with trim black. See how it's nice and uniform? It's actually a really nice finish. I need to do this the same. And as you can see, that looks like crap because it's just old and aged and just overall looks like poop. So, get this stuff on there and then add the decal. Decal, that's a fun word, decal. I'm gonna go over it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, just make sure there's no more shit on there so the paint will stick really good. I just did one light dusting coat. I'm gonna let it dry for a couple minutes and then I'm gonna go over again a little bit heavier and then again wait, and then the third coat I'll go nice and thick with it. 2 C's. That stuff stinks. That's 3 coats though. It looks good already. I got a lot more to do. A lot more trim. I don't really know how these are gonna turn out up front because they're reproduction, they're not OE Toyota parts, and the rubber coating that's on them is like starting to crack. It's not really the greatest quality, so I'm gonna try to find a set of these on maybe Yahoo Auctions Japan or something, some OEM Toyota ones, and I'll give it a shot at this for now and just see how it looks. I hope this is as satisfying to watch as it is to peel. I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like, the contrast once it's fully waxed. Done and done. I still have to remove the plastic though. I'm not gonna film it though because like I enjoy watching tape get pulled off, but I don't know if you guys are gonna find it as appealing. Last night I installed a brand new set of OEM Toyota wheel arch liners on the car because the ones that were on there were they're 29 years old and the plastic was old and brittle, and you can see right here there's some broken tabs. There's quite a few broken tabs. So I put new ones on it, and as you can see, it's nice and dark when you look inside the wheel well, the way it should be. Now it'll be much easier to keep them clean because the plastic is brand new. Don't ever underestimate my level of OCD. Speaking of which, let's clay bar some door jambs because that's something normal people do. Clay bar their door jambs on a Saturday night alone in their garage. I need to do this though, seriously, because there is a bunch of overspray inside these door jambs because the car was resprayed before I bought it, like I said, and I never got around to doing this. So I'm gonna do the back side of the doors as well and get all this crap out of there, because that's the first thing you look when you get in and out of a car is the door jamb. And if they look like shit, then it's gonna make the rest of the car look like shit in your mind, I think. It's really hard thinking of stuff to say when I do these voiceovers. Maybe I should just stick to doing royalty-free music. But hey, look at those door jambs. Hi, it's the next day. Just browsing the interwebs for MR2 parts and about to do a live stream. But this is a detailing video, so let's get at it. I'm also gonna knock out underneath the trunk before I start doing my paint correction and try to get any hard water spots or any clear coat overspray or garbage that's up underneath here. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of overspray. That way, when you pop the trunk, it doesn't look like junk. Again with the fire jokes. there's one takeaway from this video I want you guys to keep in mind, other than the fact that I really want to bite this right now, is that I'm doing this detail according to what this car is probably worth. Is there techniques and processes I could do that are more correct or above and beyond? Absolutely. You gotta gauge your time versus the return. This car is not an original turbo MR2. It doesn't have the greatest of paint. I mean, I could pick this paint apart if I really wanted to. So I could do things better than what I'm doing right now, but there's no point. I'm not gonna get a return out of it. I'll never make this car look absolutely perfect. And it's not like this is a Lamborghini or something like exotic. That is so gross inside there. Scrub, 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 scrub. That's all coming out of that hole. That is so nasty. Some of this stuff is hard to get off. My dude, are you drunk? What's wrong with you? I'm gonna stick this between your legs. It's all right. You stay there. You stay classy. You look hammered. Absolutely hammered. That's what's up right there. That is nice and clean. So I did this bottom piece right here with the trim black as well. I've tried every product possible on here to get it to come back to original black, and it just fades after a few months. Last step before I start doing the paint, I gotta do the glass. This is hard to open while holding a camera in one hand. Can she do it? Did it. Got some glass clay. I want to eat this too. Oh, it tastes bad. It looks like a tasty, delicious treat, but it'll make you shit water. Ever since I did that video where I polished the windshield, I have like little tan orange crusties that are stuck in all the rock chips. So hopefully this removes that stuff. That cerium oxide compound, whatever. I don't normally tape stuff off when I wax a car just because I'm pretty damn careful with a buffer, but because I just put all this effort into the trim on this thing, I'm actually going to tape it off for this detail. That right there looks like a good stopping point for me. I had a feeling I was gonna put in quite a bit of work on this detail, so that's why I'm splitting it up into these two videos, and by doing that, it's gonna give me time now to start knocking out this paint so I can get it to where I like it. And that means the next video that you're going to be watching is the second part, the final of the detail, the polishing and sealing and making it look amazing. That means once I am done with the detail, I can start driving this car. That was the last thing I was waiting on before I start driving it on a regular basis. I just want to make sure this paint is nice and protected under the Arizona sun. I don't want it to get destroyed. As much as I would love to completely redo the paint job on this car, I just want to drive it for now. And I'm pretty sure all of you want to see me just drive this damn thing for once instead of constantly working on it, which just gives me time to work on other cars. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another. Bye.